Excellence versus performance. What's the difference? Especially for the feminine woman who often gets caught in the pressure of performance. You see, I just finished watching this incredible documentary about this women's dance company, and it was stunning. And I don't even need to name it because you could literally watch almost any documentary about something like this and understand what I'm talking about. I was inspired by their movements. I recognized their incredible creativity and their feminine embodiment of the power behind their gifts. These women were dedicated, they were beautiful, they were graceful, and they were filled with that creative energy, that life force that truly feminine women are gifted to be able to express. You can see that their passion for their craft was rooted in early childhood, and it often is. What women come to express powerfully, whether through performance, perfectionism, or through excellence, is often discovered at play as young girls. And I want you to remember that, because as young girls, when we start to move our bodies and we find the thing that makes us feel really good in our bodies and we start to endeavor toward it, it becomes the way we express ourselves, our feminine nature, and it is our pursuit of excellence. But when I saw this documentary, I saw the place where excellence ended and perfectionism began, and that was my heartbreak in watching this. You see, the feminine thrives in excellence when it's rooted in devotion, not distortion. So remember, if you're watching this, think back to when you were a little girl. What was your play? Maybe you danced. Maybe you drew. Maybe you were creative in some artistic way. Maybe you rode horses like I did. What was your play? And didn't you want to get better at it? Didn't you want to pursue it? Not because you were pressured to, but because you loved it. There's a sense of embodied grace in this kind of creatively rooted play. There's a sacred discipline. You want to return to it because of how good it makes you feel, how embodied it makes you feel in your feminine nature. It gives you a purposeful pursuit. It gives you a rooted place in this world, something that allows you to bring your feminine life force out into the world and actually bring pleasure and delight to those around you. I mean, you know what it's like to watch incredibly excellent and capable dancers. You know what it's like to see beautifully created art, to hear songs sung by the female voice that have been training for years. That's purposeful pursuit. That's rooted in devotion. That comes alive with creativity. It's aligned effort from your feminine soul, not from scarcity. True excellence expands us. It nourishes us. It's not about proving. It's about presence. It's about embodiment, what locks us into who we are. But at some point, especially in our culture, and especially with all this pressure of performance and expectations that are placed on us, that beauty of excellence and that soul's devotion often gets distorted into perfectionism, and it starts to creep in slowly. We start to feel that pressure. We start to try to prove ourselves in competition with others. We start to see us or them as better or less than. There's a hypercritical element that comes in, and gosh, I witnessed this in that documentary. Watching the people at the head of this dance team tell the girls that they were to this, to that, not enough this, not enough that, and it feeds into that fear of scarcity. I will lose my identity as this dancer if I'm not a part of this team. I will lose my identity as this artist, as this performer, as this creative soul in the world if I don't have the acceptance of whoever is judging me. So then it turns also into a constant self-monitoring. We become hypercritical in our own minds. The criticism from outside gets internalized. And then instead of it being a devoted pursuit, instead of it being a soul-aligned creative energy that expresses itself to the world to bring pleasure, we start performing for approval. This is not feminine empowerment. This is the feminine in exile. This is the feminine relegating itself to the back burner in order to push, do, give. It becomes perfectionism as a means to try to stay included and safe. It sucks the energy and the soul out of what was once beautiful and pleasurable for us. So perfectionism is a distortion of our devotion. It took what was once beautiful and good and it twists it, it distorts it. It disconnects us from our bodies, our intuition, and our joy. So many moments on this particular documentary, these women were complaining of serious injury and encouraged to push through it. These women were going through major heartbreak or life events that were detrimental and they were not supported because to crack that veneer of perfectionism would be to allow for a realness that was not allowed as a part of this team. When perfectionism is prized over all else, we lose our ability to reach into the soul of what inspired this in the first place. That devotion, that joy. So how do we tell the difference between performing and pressure and perfection and excellence, devotion, and creativity? Well, one way is to ask as we're doing the thing that we're doing, whatever it is, dance, creative pursuits, whatever you feel excellent at, are you expressing or are you proving? Are you showing up because someone else told you to, or are you showing up because it's within you to do so, because you want to? Are you pushing yourself harder because of your own standards of excellence? Or are you pushing yourself harder in order to match the perfectionistic veneer that you've been told is right? Is this coming from love or fear? Does this experience nourish or drain me? There were a couple of instances in this documentary where the women pushed themselves far past their boundaries. And when that happens, if they themselves don't crack, the world will crack for them. And a few of them went through injuries, others went through emotional downfalls. If you don't stop yourself, your body or the world will stop you. So it's not really an option. Excellence should be expansive. It should be additive to your world. It should unleash the best parts of your own feminine soul. And perfectionism will feel tight. It will feel anxious. And it will feel like it's never, ever enough. So if you feel like you might be stuck in this cycle, perfectionism versus excellence, maybe the thing that you're doing was rooted somewhere in joy, then check in somatically. And the next time you show up to do it, the next time you try to push yourself to perform, ask if your body is saying yes or no. Ask your body, is this truth or is it performance? And maybe tell yourself that it's okay to honor your enoughness, even while striving for impact. Choose sacred satisfaction over burnout, because burnout is not your birthright. Excellence is, devotion is, creativity is. You don't need to break to be brilliant. Your presence is far more powerful than your perfection. And if you'd like to explore this further, I want you to join me inside my sacred online membership, Rooted. Come explore what we have to offer and come meet the other women on the same journey as you, moving toward excellence, letting go of perfection, reconnecting with their soul's creativity, and re-empowering their femininity from the inside out. I'll look forward to seeing you on the inside.